we're doing this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just watching you. Yeah, I'm just watching you.
That looks like good bacon.
Yeah, it's bacon from your piggy.
From the piggy.
From the piggy.
What was that piggy's name?
Pippa. Pippa.
Oh my gosh.
Pippa the pig. Because we
He's like, let's not talk about that.
Because we kept Miss Piggy.
Oh, yeah. You're not supposed to name your food, but you know.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
After a while, it's like you're going, hey, Miss Thing. We haven't named the two
Nope.
other pigs.
We had Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
Now we have Hey Duds.
Rusty took care of the dude part. You guys, I don't think I have ever introduced my brother Jimmy.
What's up?
I think Felix has been on the videos, and Joe
Sandy's been on a couple
Sandy's
videos.
been on a couple, but Joe and Jimmy. So Joe and Jimmy, I have not introduced. I'm keeping them secret. We don't know where Jimmy came from because look at this height difference. This is crazy.
I'm surrounded by little small people.
It's from the whole village.
And yeah, it's not as good as it seems whenever everybody's like, what do you get, you know, what is your main purpose? To reach for crap. You know, I get to, Jim, get that, you know, without a ladder. I'm like the abominable snowman, you know, I can put the thing on the top, you know, the star on top of the tree. Like, look what he can do.
He can reach stuff. Hey, that's a big accomplishment for somebody like me. I'm like, I can't literally have a step stool. I throw it over my shoulder and carry it around, you know?
She has to crawl on top of the counters to put all her dishes up.
You laugh.
It's
That was true. That was true in one of the houses I lived in. I think the shortest cabinet, like the bottom, was taller than that. It was crazy. It was built for you and Caden. We need to bring Caden in here. You think he's tall?
Caden and Kyman.
Caden's like, I ain't going in there. It's not happening. So I kind of talked about Jimmy earlier about, I was telling them about the school.
Okay.
Because we went by the school. And I said, we were joking that because we pulled into the parking lot. We were eating our food, talking about the school. And we were joking that we were going to the cops were going to come see what was going on. I'm like, I'm going to name drop. I'm totally name dropping. I'm going to be like, Mr. A is my brother. Leave me alone. So, tell us about your school. All of it.
I've been director of an alternative high school for the last 12 years. I've been in education a total of 18 years. Really kind of dates me, but that's okay. You know, I'm really only about 22 years old. But the stressors of this kind of job is what kind of give me the kid that can't eat his ice cream. And but anyway, the alternative school, it's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, we work primarily with at-risk students, and these kids are at risk, primarily at risk of not graduating on time. Some of them have some really tough things going on in their lives, and it's been my honor and privilege to work with them and try to help them build a network of people that care enough about them that they can kind of put things together and get some traction underneath them, specifically when they're born into a life of nothing but slippage. You're born into a life where everything's fluid, everything's moving, nothing's in your control, and you're just bouncing around. And it's no surprise that a lot of the children build poor habits and self-destructive tendencies just to try to cope and land some kind of balance in their life full of turmoil. But anyway, getting kind of serious there. But yeah, that's what I do. And my original training, I was an art major in college. Nobody told me that you will go broke being an art major. So I taught art for 6 years when I first got into the gig at the junior high, and then went on and went after a little bit more education and became director of the alternative school. I'm about to make a big transition. I'm actually going back into the classroom after 12 years at the alternative. I'm going back into the classroom where I'll be teaching 3rd and 4th grade arts and humanities, which I'm so stoked about. I've just been needing to get back into the classroom. I mean, there's that connection you build with students, and you see the little light bulbs, turning on whenever they're actually getting something. And then it's art. I mean, I get to go to work and play all day. And it was just a big part of me trying to dig back into what I originally started my educational direction with, my journey with. So that's where I'm going to be this year.
I'm so excited. So cool. You don't have a ball, you got a cur. What a cur. No, I'm playing.
Mommy told me, like, I remember she made you a salero for the
Kitchen.
For the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't want to do random, so I actually drew it out in a pattern, like the lavage. And then I popped the holes with a nail.
Okay, I'm not going to do it that fancy.
Yours is going to be all, you just make an R.
Ooh. We can do an R. R. So why are you all snazzy?
I'm getting ready to go to work. I mean, it's kind of what we do. You know, being raised migrant kids, it's kind of all we know is to work. So I work a lot. I've got 2 full-time jobs. I've had this for going on 3 years now. I've always had a part-time job in addition to what I do at the school. But yeah, getting ready to head to work.
So the big burning question here, the big burning question for me, and for you guys eventually, because it's going to be amazing. When is the YouTube channel coming out?
We've been documenting every part of this 100-year-old house rebuild that we've been doing. Bought a 100-year-old house about 2 years ago, and my sons and I, largely, we've done the majority of the work ourselves. Again, thanks to folks before me that taught me some of the skills that I would need to be able to take on something this big. And I've been able to pass that on to my guys, and couldn't ask for a better working crew. But we've been documenting every part of the rebuild from originally when we first bought the house to all the demo. We tore out all the electrical, all the plumbing, all the drywall, of course. So like I said, we've been documenting all this stuff because kind of the idea of the pie in the sky thing is we would like to do something. We're all kind of goofy and dorky when we do stuff like this. We're always joking around, and there's always some kind of funny clip, and at the time it's not funny. A lot of times it's really expensive because we break something or we break each other. But it's a journey, and that's the biggest part for me. I guess the big part for me is creating a video diary, if you will, or a memory of this journey that I'm doing with my sons, because I can't imagine a better time to take this journey than where my sons are at this age, and my daughters at this age, doing something this big. So anyway, the idea is we'd like to do, especially with Rachel, and Rusty doing so well, and I mean being so popular. I feel like I'm being interviewed by celebrity here. But yeah, okay. We've been recording just about every step of the process, from tearing out the windows, doors. We reframed a lot. We did a lot of floor plan changes. We made it into a much more open floor plan, and you'll kind of see those as we go along. But the idea is we really want to get this kicked off. The trick is when you're working 90 hours a week plus rebuilding a 100-year-old house, it's really hard to get to the meat and bones of the magic that you guys do on YouTube, the editing stuff. I can't even say that I'm infantile in that. I'm pre-infantile. I don't even have an understanding of what I would need to do to get the editing done and the music and all of that great, amazing stuff you do.
Yes, but with your, art background, you would totally blow us away. We're like on our phones, here he is, edit and throw it up, But, and also, that's what would make such an amazing channel here. So, single dad, working 90 hours, teaching his kids, taking them along for the journey. It's just an amazing story. Y'all just tell him how amazing the story is. I want him to tell it.
Well, the other side of that is my boys and I, we spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I love to cook. An amazing mom who taught us all kinds of things. She's our queen. But I've always liked to cook. I've always liked to be in the kitchen and make sure that my kids, I have 5 of them, have a solid understanding on how to, take care of themselves, how to cook something, whether it be simple or, you want to impress somebody, do something a little bit, more intense. But anyway, we spent a lot of time in the kitchen. Intense, yeah. We cook intense, that's how fancy we are out here.
Hey, we make gourmet meals intense.
Yes.
I think a large part of our childhood
Was intense.
Was intense, literally.
or in the back of living in the back of a pickup. But anyway, it would be really funny if it wasn't true. But
work camps didn't really count as tents.
yeah, because it's not camping. I found that out growing up. I grew up, and you hear camping, and you're like, oh, you're living in the campo, and you're picking oranges or tomatoes, and that, to me as a kid, like, you didn't want people to know you lived in the campo. And then you have all your friends are like, we went camping this week, and I'm like, shh, why are you telling anybody, dude? Like, why are you?
Their camping was way different from our camping.
And so I grew up.
That's not fair.
Right. I grew up and camping to me was like practicing being homeless, and it was like we were homeless, but I had plenty of practice.
We were practicing.
But camping with my guys is like you go by the tent and you got all the fishing stuff and you
throw
it
it around.
And you throw it in the back of a pickup that you know is going to start every time, or that you have gas for.
That's questionable for me.
But spending a lot of time in the kitchen is just been always something we've enjoyed, and put music on and teach my kids sharp skills, teach them how to use knives, teach them how to use pans, teach them how to move around in the kitchen in a safe way without running into each other and ruining all your food and burning each other up. Those little things, and talking to other single fathers that are friends of mine, the whole idea behind the channel would be to put little things in there on how to prepare meals, how to prepare simple meals that any guy could learn. Because we are at a deficit. I can say that because I'm a guy, I think, that I can say that. I might not be able to get away with saying it. But anyway, we're at a deficit on knowing how to prepare meals, quick meals, easy meals, nutritious meals, as opposed to, especially if you're sharing custody like I do, when you get your kids for the week or the weekend, you run out and you buy pizza, you buy burgers, you buy all this stuff, and the whole which gets really expensive. In addition to, it's not that great for you. So the whole idea behind that part of the channel would be like, hey, let's show these guys, you're not in this alone, brother. There's a lot of us out here, and maybe we can create a community, we can share some skills here. And prepare some simple meals and something your kids are going to like, even if you got picky eaters, how to navigate that and how to make sure that you get everybody fed and feeling welcome in your home. So the guys have been really, really excited about that. I've been excited about it, but again, time is the culprit here. We don't have the time to...
See, you could just go on, you could explode on YouTube, and then it could be your full-time job.
Sure.
Sure.
But yeah, getting ready to go to work, so... I love every second I get with my best friend. Rachel's been my best friend since we were,
we don't get near enough time together anymore.
And,
since we moved away.
But it's always, and I feel really kind of nervous and weird right now, but that I get to be on your channel. So, but anyway, it's always a blessing and a good time when Rocky and Rusty over at the house.